Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of That's with CC. As always, I'm your host, and on today's episode, we will be kind of going over something that happened yesterday, very special and near and dear to me. Bandai Namco, they released the gameplay trailer for Dragon Ball Z Sparking Zero, or for those of you who know it by its other name, Budokai Tenkaichi. That gameplay trailer came out yesterday, and that game, while they didn't give a release date, it seems to be coming out in the very, very near future. So I'm going to go ahead and show you the gameplay trailer. It's about 2.5 minutes long. No audio, obviously, because I don't want my stuff to get copyrighted. But if you wanted to go ahead and check out the full trailer, that is over on Bandai Namco's official channel. Now, when you go watch that, and you might be like, well, they're literally just replaying the same clip. They're showing the gameplay trailer first, then they go back and break down some of the new mechanics or some of the old mechanics that came from the previous Budokai Tenkaichi games that are obviously in upgraded form. And at the end of the clip, they go ahead and showcase some more characters that will be added to the roster. So without further ado, let's get right into it. For those of you watching Dragon Ball Super Broly, obviously see Goku do the little kind of preparation dance before he actually gets ready to fight Vegeta. And I ain't gonna lie, the HUD looks clean. Like they show the character you have, the health bar, key bar, stamina bar. And all the actions move really pretty smooth. Like obviously the footage is still under development, you can see in the bottom right corner, but even if this was to come out today, I wouldn't have a problem playing this day one. I might be a little bit biased because this is my favorite anime ever, so I'm not gonna I'm not gonna say a lie, but like I'm impressed. Now, one thing I do like though is they kept some of the, same kind of mechanics that they had from the old games. Like you can see Goku taking a combo of hits from Vegeta, and then that leads into Vegeta doing a special attack. So I'm glad they kept that. And then they have some slight little cutscenes for when you're getting ready to transform into a new form. So that's not too bad. It's a little bit choppy on my end, but if you want a cleaner visual of the video, like I said earlier, go ahead and check out the full thing on Bandai Namco's YouTube channel. But yeah, so now that you guys have seen that, obviously there was no sound, but it looks really good. Like that is an instant day one cop. And for those of y'all who watching this, I will be dishing out day one smoke. So don't get it twisted. Like I will be on there. If you think I'm ducking, like, oh man, you're not trying to play for real. Like, nah, you heard it here. You heard it here first. I will be on there. But yeah, like the nostalgia feeling, it just brings back so many memories from playing Budokai Tenkaichi 1, 2, and 3. Even the older games before those, like the regular just Budokai games, and then even some of its predecessors before that. It's like this game, that's one thing that the Budokai Tenkaichi series really captured, was it made you feel like you were in Dragon Ball. Like, and that's one thing the the executive director on this game was saying. He was like, this game really gives you the authentic feel of putting you in the world of Dragon Ball. And it's like you're actually there fighting alongside whatever character you're using, whether that be Goku, whether that be Vegeta. Now, obviously, those are the only two characters that they're showcasing because those are the two most popular characters within the series and the franchise as a whole. But they still, you know, no matter what Dragon Ball game it is, you get a Goku and Vegeta fight, you kind of know that's going to be a classic. Now, a lot of people are speculating that some things with Dragon Ball GT, for those of you who don't know, Dragon Ball GT is Dragon Ball Grand Tour. It is another kind of part of the story. It's not canon to the regular Dragon Ball story, but it does have some interesting characters and transformations. But a lot of people were speculating like, yo, GT characters, a lot of them were going to be DLC because they wanted to make the main focus of this game, Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, and then Super, which is the latest installment for the story. And because Akira Toriyama, RIP, he passed away, I guess what they wanted to do is focus this game heavily on Super, since that's the last thing that he was kind of working on. And then you have those characters be like the main, I'm not going to say like the main roster of the game, but a lot of the guys that they showcase are from Super themselves. So it's like, okay, you show this character, gets people hyped, especially since Super is kind of like the last thing that people have watched, even though the story is not over. The manga is still going on as we speak. But people, since that's the last thing they saw, it's like, okay. And since that's fresh in their minds, it's like, all right, we're going to, promote Super. Now, I do think they will add some, I'm not going to say like mystery characters because there's only so much they can do, but those characters will still be a part of the, Dragon Ball universe. But I will say this. If they do add, kind of like some special characters from previous games, I'm trying to think of the character now. Well, we can get into that a little bit later. But from some of the older games, they added characters from Toriyama's other series into Dragon Ball game, and they would be playable characters. So just do something like that, kind of keep the tradition going, give people something else to look forward to, obviously, other than the game releasing. But yeah, I will say though, the gameplay mechanic, it looks smooth. It's on Unreal Engine 5. Obviously, we don't have a release date, but I can pretty much assure that this game will sell really well, especially because Dragon Ball is like one of those things where, like, whether you're a fan of anime or you're not really a fan of anime, you cut on some Dragon Ball related, like, that brings the community together, which is what I think that this game will do. Like, people who ain't watched Dragon Ball in who knows how long, or people who are just getting into anime or whatnot, I think this game, now there will be some newbies on there, and I'm saying this in advance. I feel sorry for you, but if you do get on there, I'm pretty sure everybody will have a good time. But that's all I got for y'all. This concludes episode 5 of Roll the Dice with CC. We usually have a set outro for the videos, but for this episode in particular, I'm going to do something a little bit different. So without further ado, here we go. Oh, but before I leave, as always, take a chance, take a gamble, but as long as you roll the dice, it's all good. We out.